My followers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. The Reggae Boys squad announcement for the October international window of the 2026 FIFA Men's World Cup qualifiers is out. But once again, the story isn't the names on the list, it's the politics that places them there. For yet another World Cup cycle, we are forced to navigate a selection system where performances takes a backseat to politics. Dangerous precedents are being set, and the integrity of the Reggae Boys selection process is once again under threat. We have to ask the difficult questions. Do we, the fans, stand up and demand a clear, verifiable structure for our national team call ups, or do we simply accept that a careless culture has now taken deep root, allowing a complete free for all that will never change? Joining me for the talking points is Nakado Media and Ball Pre TV. Mr. Nakado Media, welcome. It is your debut. Thank you so much for blessing
Yes,
me with a moment of your time. How are
yes,
you?
I'm good. I'm in it. I'm in it.
We're
Yeah,
going to
thanks.
be joined by Ball Pre at some point, but
Yeah,
he's just a little bit busy, so
yeah,
he will segue and pop up on the screen at some point. But like I said, thank you so much for blessing me with a moment of your time. It's your
yes,
debut.
yes,
We enjoy. Well, I can't speak for you. I enjoyed chopping it up with you and Ball Pre last night,
yes.
and yeah, kind of figure out. Let's just do the same over on my channel.
Tonight, people, it's not just scrimmage, but we're going to roll the ball game in at the cage, as they call it in England. Yeah, cage football.
Age
Yeah,
football.
hopefully we don't see Rashford and Sancho. Raz, welcome. Raz, welcome. We will welcome Raz as he's a homegrown.
I love that. Would you take Daniel Sturridge as well? Because
Yeah,
technically,
yeah.
I
Love
love that
storage.
Sturridge. Yeah,
Love
Sturridge
storage.
seems like such a warm human being, doesn't he?
Every time when he's on Sky, I look into like, yo,
Yeah, yeah.
pay,
You know,
pay keen attention to storage.
Richards, Nico Richards.
Yeah, so funny. Look, it's we have the privilege over here in the US to have Micah Richards and CBS and Paramount with with Thierry Henry, Jamie
Yeah,
Carragher, and
so
it's,
jealous.
it's a
Great
special.
commentary.
It
Yeah.
is one of the biggest football show in the evening time after UEFA Champions League.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
so
it's just it's they're giving you journalism, but it's just in such a different fashion to not to what we haven't seen before. It's like it's journalism, but not traditional suit and tie journalism. And it's it's not like of the old boys club type of thing.
yeah, they just let everything free.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
There's no handbrake on that platform. I
Yeah.
mean, respectfully, to the broadcasters, right, and stuff. Nothing like disrespectful, but anything after that, they handbrake everything. They just let everything free.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
have you seen
Mm,
the show that they talk about? Last Champions League. The team in France, Brest,
yeah.
qualified for the first time.
Yeah.
They have a very sensitive conversation about Brest, and they asked Jamie Carragher, what you think about the Brest team tonight, and everything just held broke loose, and CBS and Paramount. So Micah Richards, my dogs, Daniel Sturridge, Raz, love those players.
Michael Richards is such a lovely human being. I remember I was coming home from work and basically I was like working upstairs and he was working downstairs in the CBS studio. It was a Champions League night. This was maybe coming up to 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And everyone knows when you're in media, you're going home at like crazy hours in the
yeah,
morning, right?
yeah.
So it was like close to midnight, and my colleagues are finishing up their work. I've come downstairs. We're like getting our Ubers to go home, taxis, and so on. And I'm one of the last ones coming down, and I actually live the furthest as well. And Richards came through and he was just like, "You're right, love." And I was just like, "Yes, I'm good." He's like, "What are you doing? Are you waiting on your taxi?" I was like, "Yes." He's like, "Are you going to be okay?" This guy's got his taxi and his chauffeur literally waiting on him to like take him home. But I just appreciate that. That was the first conversation I ever had with him. And the fact that he was just so caring, I was just like, that's nice. It's like a very warm, lovely human being. So big ups to
Yeah,
Richards.
he grew up well. You could see that is whoever taught him, is a younger
Yeah,
age, always look after the ladies first.
Yes, exactly. Definitely came from a good upbringing. And just like you said, you know, the likes of Raz and also Stoic as well, they were raised right. So big ups to those guys right there. Big ups to you guys in the comment section. Please do go ahead and subscribe to Ball Pre TV and also in the Cardo Media House as well. The lads are chopping up some wonderful content. This is our second ever collaboration, and that's because last night went so well that we really had to spin the block, giving you guys some
Yeah,
cake
yeah.
all
Some cage football, in it. Cage
tonight.
football and the AstroTurf.
Rochelle, big up yourself, Rochelle. Hope you're in good health. Markland Barrett, big up yourself. Spin Spitty Music, big up yourself. Jermaine Chambers, big up yourself. And the man himself. I don't know if is this Little Messi or Christy. I'm not really sure who is
I'm
who.
not sure. I'm not sure. I seen. Look, this is I think the third time I'm seeing that name, on your channel. I watched this channel, a few times in the past, and I've seen that before. So I'm not sure, who is that?
What about this gentleman right here? Who is he?
Ball pre TV. The man from out of Clink. Hey, listen, we are not doing no five-a-side. Doing a clink in Olympic. We are in the cage, in it, right? We're in London.
Oh my God,
Ah,
What
tonight.
go on, what go on, what go on? Hold on, let me make sure my audio is correct. Wait, wait,
good,
wait,
good,
wait,
Yes,
wait,
good,
wait. Now hear me?
good.
yes,
Wait, I'm
loud
gonna
and
change
clear.
the audio said wait. That one had the best out. Now hear me?
Yeah, man.
Now hear me
Ready.
well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Ready up.
good. What go on
So
people, what go on? Big up yourself, Krista, big up yourself, Nikado. What's up, what's up, what's up?
it's
What
your
go on,
debut.
Tarawas family?
It's your debut, so thank you for blessing me with your moment of your to a moment of your time. Definitely doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here. Remember, tell I've been a watch a show here from way before
Yeah.
I ever did my first YouTube video. So it's a pleasure being here, man. It's an honor and a pleasure being here.
Thank you, thank you. I'm not really sure. You haven't missed much because we just did a brief little intro, and we're
Yeah.
going to the segue and talk about some of the talking points, major talking points from the press conference, which you shot yourself. So I'm actually going to be utilizing your platform to listen to the first bit of the press conference, and then we can kind of touch on the key talking points and also touch on a couple of other talking points that we have before we close off on the show. How does that sound to you?
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's perfect. The only thing is that have you tried to play it might be a bit low and I had to like download it and up the audio sometime, but even the JFF one was low, so it wasn't just me. Yeah,
Well,
but
I earlier on and it sounded pretty decent to me. So I was like, I'm hoping it doesn't let me down. So it sounded pretty decent. So let's go ahead and give that one a little play and see how we get with that. Let me see if I can I'm hoping that it doesn't let me down. Let's go ahead and see how this one is sounding. I think I'm going to have to mute my mic so that you guys can hear it. But first, let's just bring that one up on screen for you guys. Okay. The screen.
So, King, how was life? How was life in the corporate era? See,
this man
ready.
I try set me up in a crystal from last night. The man I try set me up. I'm talking about corporate here.
This man work close to Dominica driving New Kingston, the boy. This
You
man
see,
working the hard corporate era. Hey, we need sponsors for the show, them, please.
I'm working on it, bro. I'm working.
Bless up, Father Bling.
Oh my God. All right, let me go ahead and play the first bit of the presser. Seems like it isn't allowing me to play that one. So let's figure out what's going on here a little bit. Okay, it's because it was on mute.
That he focuses on getting fit and getting into Roma's team and being available for the November window. Long-term missing Deshaun Bernard. I met him last week at the Sheffield Wednesday game, where he was in good spirits, rehabbing very well, but still quite a few weeks away from coming back to fitness. As I said, picking this squad has been difficult because of the players that are available. We have coming back in Andre Blake, whose first two games clean sheets, so that's good to see. Players I couldn't pick for this squad were Warner Brown. Unfortunately, the ankle injury is sustained at the very beginning of the camp, which was very disappointing. They're still not recovered. We miss him. Mikel Antonio, who has been training with Brentford, doing very well. Unfortunately, he's pulled the calf and will be 2 or 3 weeks out, but he's still training with Brentford, so hopefully some things will work out with that. We have Leon Bailey, who he was desperate to come and help, but unfortunately he's just coming back from his injuries, back on the grass this week, working with the team, and we feel it's best that he focuses on getting fit and getting into Roma's team and being available for the November window. Long-term missing Deshaun Bernard. I met him last week at the Sheffield Wednesday game, where he was in good spirits, rehabbing very well, but still quite a few weeks away from coming back to fitness. As I said, picking this squad has been difficult because of the players that are available. We have coming back in Andre Blake, whose first two games clean sheets, so that's good to see. Lati Berdier, who for the past 4 or 5 weeks has been back in training with Coventry. They're playing so well and obviously top of the league. It's difficult for him to break in, but because of Lati Berdier's attitude, what he brings to the camp, in terms of he can play left back, right back, centre back, he can play midfield, very versatile, but also very, very good for the team. So we welcome him back. Ethan Pinnock has had a couple of games back, training for 4 or 5 weeks, so he's in better condition. Amari Bell, who missed the last camp with a groin injury, has been playing. I think he was on the bench today, came on for 30 minutes, so it'd be good to have him back. Bobby Reid, he played today, and we've missed him, so we welcome him back. Demarai Gray, who's made a very good start at Birmingham, looks more like his old self again. We welcome him back. Romain Burrell, who unfortunately we left out of the last squad, but comes into this one. He's been doing well for QPR. Went to watch him last week at Sheffield Wednesday. He did very well, so that's great. We have 2 new additions coming in.
I have to stick a pin in it there, guys. Before we talk about the new additions there coming into the squad, I think we've listened to the first opening part of the press conference, and I feel like we probably, well, I can only speak for myself. I feel like I learn more when I go back and listen to the press conferences or read things more than once, because when I listen for the first time, I'm not going to learn as much. So I'm the type I have to go back and play it a couple times or read the press conferences a couple of times, depending on the format. But what do you make of what the gaffer said there pertaining to the reasons there for player call-ups and the reasons why he wasn't able to call up certain players? Because unless I'm jumping the gun or unless I'm mistaken, Am I wrong for thinking that if Mikel Antonio had not picked up on an unfortunate and untimely injury, that he would have been called once again to the squad?
King, you want to go first?
No, take it away. Take it away.
Yeah. So look, it seems like the West Ham legend player, Mikel Antonio, was about to get picked until that calf injury, as he said, training with Brentford. In the early days of him being released from West Ham, I've heard a little bit of news as well that Mikel was offered probably a more training session with one of his former team, Sheffield Wednesday. So he's been offered all around, but not with a permanent basic contract. We heard he said that, look, there's clubs locally in England and abroad wanted me. Why is it that a player that who is top player scored so many goals for West Ham in the Premier League not being offered a real contract already? And it seems like this coach have something to do with Mikel Antonio. If you want to bring Mikel Antonio into the national team, even without a club, then you could place him on the coaching staff. That's how I see it. And you just cannot do stuff like this. It goes back to where I said in his first press conference where he talked about square pegs in square holes. And then he played Damian Lowe in the midfield. So that's like he's putting, round holes in square pegs. It's just not adding up. Even up to today, it's like every press conference, it's something new that he's biting his own bullet. So, I mean, give thanks, for him to pick Samuel Reed as we're going to that soon. But for me, it seems like, Mikel Antonio is undroppable at this moment if he's available. I remember he said in press conference as well that Mikel Antonio texted him and said, Coach, I will be in. I think it was for the Gold Cup as well. So you say like, Mikel Antonio is even picking him own self. So maybe there's a personal relationship there with him and the coach, which would be lovely as well. But look, sometimes as a coach, you have to remove personal feelings. You have to remove whatever, relationship you guys, business partner, the team comes first. And there is strikers in the pool at this moment that they are fit, they are strong, they are athletic, they're scoring goals, they're getting minutes on the pitch. But Mikel Antonio, a player that with that high stature, high caliber player, cannot pick up a contract. No, it's weird. And I told King this already. Like, look, King, Mikel Antonio could go to another club, but Mikel Antonio want to play in the Prem, but no one want to touch him in the Prem. And he willing, and he look, what you think? I'm giving you a question, Talawa. What you think of Mikel Antonio being offered trials as a big Prem player, West Ham top goal scorer in the Premier League?
Yeah, it's I'm not sure. Maybe I spoke about it with King. I can't remember who I discussed it with discussed the topic of conversation with, but it's a little bit of an odd one. Maybe it comes down to Mikel Antonio himself trying to see what he can hold out for, because I think we also need to take into consideration that he's about 35 years old. So essentially this is his last big money contract. So I'm not saying it's all about money, but at the end of the day, it is what puts food on his table. It's what takes care of his family and so on. So it could be a case of the salary is an issue for him and he's holding out for the best salary because it is essentially his final big money contract. So that could be the issue. But again, he is 35 years of age and he is playing catch up on himself. And we know to do well in the Premier League, you need a potent start. You need a potent start and a strong finish. And perhaps can you see him being signed as a free agent right now? I'm not sure if it is. It does feel as if it's far-fetched because let's look at other players who are now playing catch up on themselves. If you look at Liverpool, you've got Alexander Isak that's playing catch up on himself because he missed out on pre-season and subsequently he's playing catch up on himself. And I'm not saying I'm trying to stick up for him, but that is a contributing factor to his poor start to life at Liverpool. I'm sure it will change in the near future, but for a club like Brentford, or any other club in the Premier League for that matter, are you going to be in an immediate rush to hand him a contract, given the magnitude of the situation? As I said, you got to move fast in the Premier League. You don't want to get left behind. And we all saw what happened in the summer transfer window with Brentford losing key players as it is. So it's a bit of a head scratcher, but I just think I'm going to let you jump in here, King, but I just think it's such an odd thing for him to keep on doubling down on, because there was a time where a player like um Jonathan Russell wasn't being looked at because he wasn't getting minutes for his club, and because he didn't have a club, and he was told that you must find a club. And then when he got a club, the goalpost was moved to now you must be getting reputable minutes. So why is it one rule for one and the next rule for someone else? That's my issue. You can jump in, Barbary.
All right, so blessings again, tell our family, blessings again, tell our thanks for having me. So the Michael Antonio situation now, and this is how Mega really, I've been taking a look at it. I think Michael Antonio wanna Steve McClaren foot soldier them. You know, we talk about foot soldier yesterday. I think him wanna foot soldier them, one that he believes in, one that probably helps him off the pitch as well. Probably he is the coach on the field as well. Because me here Slot spoke about Van Dijk, saying that Van Dijk is the coach on the field. He's the player who he relates things to, and they can relate things to others. So yeah, so I definitely think that it's more than just football when it comes on to Michael Antonio. They call him Unks, and them call him Unks for a reason. So I think it's more than just football, but him a definitely one of them foot soldiers them. I can tell you that much.
So I'm just piggybacking off what Nakada said, which I think is an excellent point. Can't his foot soldier stand on the sidelines or be part of the backroom staff, since that's a voice there that he's using to maybe bridge the gap between him and the players? Because apparently at one point there was some distrust between the players and the head coach, and the dressing room was looking a little bit shaky. So if it's about keeping good morale going, does Michael Antonio need to take up the spot of a player that's more deserving of being rewarded with a call up?
Yeah, but if the player himself, sorry for jumping again, but if the player himself believe in himself, and it's a coach who believe in the player, so you have both people believing in each other. I don't think the coach necessarily wants to say, yo, Antonio, just give it up and give up your goal and give up your dream. Because remember, the truth be told, no, Antonio would have started this campaign however long the campaign started now, probably for the last 3 to 4 years, with a goal, with a vision of looking towards the World Cup. So he would have promised himself to say that, yo, me I do all of this to get to the World Cup. And we see that many things happen to Antonio, because we are a lot of things happen to him in his private life. And he's still jumping over all those hurdles in the aim of trying to make it to the World Cup. And Talawa, what we're seeing, because what we're experiencing over the last couple of days, everybody trying to throw them at into making it into the World Cup squad.
It really is.
And so they're not gonna give up on himself, and the coach not gonna give up on Antonio if Antonio not giving up on himself on the football field.
Yeah. And if you look at it like financial wise, you know, Talawa touch upon that. Antonio have been paid in a lavish lifestyle for West Ham over the last decade. So I don't think money should be the real issue. If, as what the coach said, he really commit to the team, which I think he really commit to the program, he should look himself into the mirror and look at himself of being playing U21 in the early stages, not being playing now, you know, being on trial list for clubs. And is it that you it rewardable that you should get picked in a September window over a Ramon Burrell who scored goals for Burton and Albion in League One, got that paid off by get that big money move to Queen's Park Rangers in the championship. So that's a step up. That's another level. And it should I should be ashamed of myself. Continue to get in picked. I've not been playing any recognizable football. This would have never happened in England. And even look at the same situation, similar, not the same, but similar. Jordan Henderson, you know, played in Saudi, got picked, which, you know, when you step out of the blocks of England, they don't even want you to play in Germany. You understand? And by him playing in the Middle East, getting picked, it was a problem. And this reminds me of a Tapa Whitmore and a Aka, Javon Watson. This is the same scenario where Javon Watson,
foot soldier,
them find him a club in a Clarendon for play for Umberland in the Jamaican Premier League at that time, just because he said there's nobody on this earth can do what Javon Watson can do for me. You understand? In details. So again, if we believe that Michael Antonio is the perfect guy for him up front, I mean, I'm sorry, but I love Mikel Antonio. I love, he commit to the team, he commit to the program, everything. He loved Jamaica, but we have to call a spade a spade. You understand? It just can't continue like this where Mikel Antonio is getting picked over someone that who is playing continuous football for their club team and scoring goals. If Mikel Antonio join up with a team in League Two, I will be happy. I will be happy for Mikel Antonio. You understand? So if I'm looking at it like someone that love the program, you must find yourself a club. Find yourself a football club. It's embarrassing for someone that the stature of Mikel Antonio going and train camp for Brentford and not being offered a contract. If you got injured, who's going to nurse that injury? You're going to probably go back to West Ham. You understand? So, I mean, the coach need to set the standard. And this is what we've been calling for. Like leadership. Yes, we love leadership in the program, but we have Blakey, we have Nana Lowe. Nana Lowe alone I believe that him alone really can lead his team behind the scenes because, he loved the country, been there, since he's a youngster. Nana Lowe been there for like over 3 decades now, since him born. You understand? So, we have a strong O like Nana Lowe. I believe Nana Lowe can do all the work. What Mikel Antonio going to teach some of the I mean he can teach him a lot because he's a prem player, was a prem player, but Nana Lowe can tell you what's going to happen in El Salvador, Honduras, and these other countries. Which Mikel Antonio, yes, I think he scored a goal in El Salvador at one point, but I mean, we have leadership as well, but it's just embarrassing at this moment to see Mikel Antonio jumping from club to that club or linking to that club of being a trialist. It doesn't look good on the stature of that player.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I'm not sure if Ballpree wants to chime in at any point, but feel free to do so. But I agree with you. I think it's embarrassing and it's also insulting to the players there who are actually putting in the groundwork for their clubs and are being overlooked. And that's my major concern. How do you justify that to a player that's putting in a shift week in, week out, and they are being massively overlooked because of politics? You're not being called to the national team because of politics. And then it does make me wonder, because you touched on Damian Lowe as well. And as Damian Lowe as the vice captain, you can not call up Damian Lowe if Damian Lowe didn't have a club or isn't getting reputable minutes, because hello, you're literally calling up a player that don't have a club. So there goes, you have to bring someone else like a Nana Lowe on board, or whoever else isn't getting the reputable minutes, and give them a chance. Because at one point you were saying that when he was called out a couple of months back pertaining to why the likes of as I said, Jonathan Russell wasn't being called to the national team, he gave his reasons, right? And to me it seemed that if he had moved on from that particular reason, but he's segued and he's gone back to basically proving that you're not a man of your words. It's one rule for one and another rule for a next man. And it does make me wonder a little bit more about what Ballpree discussed on his live stream last night pertaining to the young Chelsea man, Dujon Whispered. Now, obviously, he hasn't been included in this particular window, which to me, on a normal day, wouldn't be a big deal, given the context of things, him coming back from injuries. But again, for this particular World Cup cycle and the preparation beforehand, players have been included in the team who are clubless, bench warming, and are struggling for minutes at their respective clubs. So my question to the lads on screen and the guys there in the comments section, I need you guys to tidy up this one for me pertaining to what we saw over on Instagram there from his agent there, Craig Butler. What do you make of, now that you've had a few days to digest, or a day to digest what Craig Butler said? What do you make of the post there from Craig Butler?
Yeah. So again, it come back to setting the precedents and the precedents that has been set. So it's like opening the door for certain criticism. And initially, you want to say that the timing isn't great about his own player, But the mere fact that the door is open for these things to happen, that is why you get an agent coming out and defending his player as how he is. Because the scenarios are not ideal, but again, the inconsistencies with not understanding exactly what are the criteria for being selected. It leaves everybody the door open. Anybody can make them own assumptions, fling them own players in the hat, fling them own self in the hat. Right now, Crystal, if me that play ball and me that one forward, I'm telling you, I'll be flinging my name in the hat right now to say that I think I deserve a call. So it's about the precedence that has been set, and I'm telling you, it's very dangerous. The good thing is that for whatever reason, he didn't call Antonio to this camp, but it does sound like if he was fit, he would have called him, or probably that is the coach's way of being. Is it politically correct? Sometimes when a player is not injured, but you don't want to play him, and you say the player is injured, it just leaves so many questions without answers. I'm telling you, so many questions without answers. Now, Whisper, as we all know, again, and Whisper exclusion, we don't know how long it will last for, but the timing is not right, in my opinion, for Whisper. I just think say Whisper need to wait the next month. But again, him agent got throw him in the hat because the fact that other players are being called up and there's no merit there. So you talk about what's the word, meritocracy. There's no merit there. So what are we using? What are we using? So it just begs for anybody to throw them player name in the hat. Any agent right now you got here all the agents them. Trivante agent, who's Trivante agent? Him so throw him name in the hat. I'm betting you. betting any money.
But can you blame them though? You can't blame them because there's no there's no clear way of doing things as it relates to what system do you turn to when you're giving these players the call up. So people, as I said, can call Craig Butler a madman, but at the end of the day, his argument holds water. I'm afraid his argument holds water. Like how you can't try to not justify Craig Butler's criticism, because for me it is right, and you're going to be seeing more of what, not necessarily coming from Craig Butler, but just like Ball Pre said, it might be a case of other agents are going to chime in and say what's going on here. And as I said, it's insulting. You can't justify calling up a clubless player over a player that players that play for a club. You just can't justify it. And this whole nonsense about Mikel being a leader, we know Mikel is a leader, and we love Mikel and we appreciate Mikel, but don't try to sugarcoat your crap that you're feeding us, because we're our belly is well full. We don't need you to feed us nonsense. At the end of the day, if we're talking about, just like you said, we have leaders in that squad. What does that say to the team, the fact that I need to go and call up a clubless player because I need leaders in the team? So that means that the squad lack leadership. Then, to a degree, the squad lacks leadership. And if you look at across the board, you've got the best leader between the sticks, that be it Andre Blake. In defense, when he does start, and pending that he's available, you've got the vice captain, who's also a natural leader. And up top, if he is playing, or even if he's on the bench, you have Shamar Nicholson, who is also a leader. So what is it that Mikel can do that the likes of Boza can't do, Damien can't do, and Blakey can't do? And there's other leaders in the squad as well. That's just the name of few. So what is it that he can do that the others can't do?
So I'm gonna play a bit of devil's advocate here. So to be fair to Mikel Antonio, none of those other players have, I think, over 10 years experience playing in the Premier League. So he might say him have the most experience, and that is the truth. Him have the most experience as a centre forward as well, playing in the Premier League for so much years at a high level. I don't want to undermine that, to think that it's because you have other leaders. Yes, you have other leaders, but who comes with that Premier League level experience, especially when Ethan Pinnock is not there, and even Ethan Pinnock don't have the level of experience that Mikel Antonio have. Now, the balance is carrying the player just for experience and not about the footballing ability. And again, I'm telling you, this coach believe in Mikel Antonio's ability. Until Mikel Antonio's legs fall off, this coach believe in him ability. But we don't want
how many years of experience Steve McClaren have in coaching? Over 3 decades, right?
Yeah.
And he said he still need assistant. So he still need assistance. So here goes. But I mean, you drop Bowser, Rima Jesus, because Nathan Farm not getting, the minutes that he deserves. And he said he needs to go find himself, some minutes on the pitch and regain back his form. Did Boza regain back his form? Not real so. But he got integrated back into the team because of what they said. I guess I know for sure, this statistics is coming from Mr. Preston. He's the best goal scorer that we have available against Caribbean opposition team. You understand? So that stats right there is coming from Mr. Preston. So that is the reason why Boza is in the team. But for the Craig Butler that I say, yo, some man is like unwanted stepsister and all of them thing there, I get Butler. Butler have all rights to come out and say whatever you want to say. You know why, King? Because the squad don't just speak on merit. It's because of feelings and trust. You understand? And probably personal business as well. Because personal business in the JFF, man and man run full cup together, whatever, wait one name. You understand? So we want to put, the business aside and personal feelings. Yes, coach going to pick players that we trust, but it has to go a far way than that, bro, of just picking a player because his name is Mikel Antonio. Do you understand? So what if another player, probably like, who can I say? A Shamar Nicholson, who they say, put it as it, Shamar Nicholson don't have a club. God forbid, you get released from Tijuana, not have a club. Would they pick Shamar Nicholson because he's the greatest goal scorer against Caribbean opposition team? No. No. So why he can't go for the team?
Basically, what they are doing is tailoring horses for courses. So, all right, so Shamar might not have had the statistics to have made it back in the team based on merit of goal scoring, but he have the statistics of being the one that have most goals against Care. So it's pretty much, all right, I'm going to pick this player and I'm going to find a reason why I'm going to pick this player. Hold on. I'm going to leave this player out and I'm going to find a reason why I'm going to leave this player out. It's simple enough. I'm going to leave out Nicaragua Media because him head too big this time and I don't want a big head boy in my squad this time around. It's pretty much something like that. So you have to find ways of in a reason because they know that people are going to ask. So it's simple. I'm going to pick that squad. I'm going to have that 26 year. Them player left out. Coach, you know that King is going to ask about this player. All right, let's come up with our reasons as to why we leave out this player. I guess what we can say, I think Thomas too should basically having to answer similar questions in all honesty, because the other day they asked who should want him to Foden, want him to Bellingham. And I think it's as a coach, you can't bring everybody. That's true. But we have to just understand that these coaches have them personal preference, have them foot soldier. And he did say that in the interview, I think you're going to continue to play the interview, but as you said, listen back the interview, I missed a few things. Looking back at that post as well, that Butler post, I also missed a few things. Sometimes I think that post also go for the Mr. Green, because he must say unwanted. When I look back at it, I say, no, so this might also be going for Mason Greenwood as well. Chasing Mason Greenwood, he not making a decision. So
right, let's spin the block on that one. Sorry, Balpre. Continue. I interjected. Continue. Balpre.
Got you, King.
Yeah. No, I'm saying it's a lot. No, I didn't hear the question because my internet went out.
All right. Got you. But to be honest, as I was saying, Craig Butler have all rights to zone in and to have his say, because yes, I know what I've seen with my eyes about Dojan. I watched 4 to 5 games of him already this season, and I know that looking at a player, everything is there, but the sharpness and the trust of his own skill set on the pitch is just not really pulling through at this moment. So you're just wondering if that he needs to buy himself a little bit more 90 minutes, more consistent, so he can trust his ability, get in the fever of playing more minutes consistently and week on, week out. Then he can really start to go at it and give it a good shot. But who's to blame? You understand? Craig Butler come out and said, look, this player should be in the team. This is what our youngest goal scorer in the Gold Cup. So he deserves all the rights to be there as well, according to Craig Butler. So if we spotted, when I get picked a few days ago, you wouldn't hear much talking point because he's playing. But if Mikel Antonio did get picked, may I tell you, I know you don't really hear about it. So that calf injury really saved Mikel Antonio for the national team.
Wait. That calf injury. It might be a calf injury.
Calf injury. We will never know that if it's a calf injury or if there is an injury. But big ups to BAM Sports TV. Make sure you support BAM Sports TV, putting out some amazing content,
Yeah.
especially as it relates to underground content. A massive shout out to BAM Sports. I
Yeah,
hope
big
you're
up,
in
Mom.
great health. I hope you and your family are in great health. All you guys there in the comment section, I hope you're in great health. It's not a competition, you know. I think, you know, myself and Ryan, we've had this conversation before, and we're just like, look, we live in 2 different time difference, and there will be times where we unintentionally have to go live at the same time. It's not trying to kill off each other's viewership, and you know, so I apologize for that if we're doing you guys a disservice, the viewers and subscribers, because I'm sure you want to watch both.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not deliberate. It's just that we live in 2 different time zones, and it's hard to sometimes to not stream at the same time as each other, right?
Yeah. And it's too
But
much of us.
exactly,
Too
it's
much.
just a lot going on at the moment,
Yeah.
especially when we're in a international break. It's even
Yeah,
the worst.
international. Yeah, it's busy time at this moment.
But Ballprey, you touched on something that, again, this is why I say I have to read things a number of times to pick up on things, because if not, it just doesn't register for me. But would you like me to read the post there from Craig Butler, and then you could chime in on what you think, if you think he was alluding to Mason or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
So he says here, Craig Butler, he did an act to Jamaica Football Federation, CVM Television, TVJ Sports, Jamaica Gleaner. Let's be clear, Dujon Whisper Richards is fully fit and strong, available, playing and scoring goals, and is the best player on the pitch each game for Chelsea. It seems history is about to repeat itself again. Excuses made why arguably or a top schoolboy footballer with the biggest jump in the history of this country to pro football is being ignored. Don't worry, 9. This happened to Leon Bailey too. It's okay. We weren't begged to play for our country while they chased people who shun our country like an unwanted stepsister. We will work, we'll rise, and we will get you right to the very top like the phoenix you are. And know this, we hope that when we react like this, they chase that it was not Whisper who first said so, but he will be the last. And again, he added a couple people. He also at BAM Sports TV as well. So BAM, you need to provide a response if you're still listening.
BAM Sports, where are you?
BAM needs to respond.
You see it? I didn't even realize that.
BAM's been roped in.
Yeah, Bam being tagged. But that's the thing I don't like. The division bringing back what Leon Bailey have went through with Cassava, you know, with JFF and Speed and all that. We don't want to go back in those times. You understand? Let's look at the positive. You know, as King, everyone not going to get picked. You understand? And if the coach said this is a 26, okay, fine. You know, our favorite player will not be there, and you know, probably Lee's favorite player will be there, and we have to just walk away and put our head down and just look. We have to just accept those terms and just try to rally the team, you know, be positive. But man, why Craig Butler have to do stuff like this? You know, go back to the Leon Bailey situation, think that Dujan Whisper being ill-treated by the JFF. I don't want to go back down that road of being fighting with the JFF again. It's more positive right now. So if we can probably, you know, reboot that a little bit and remove that and talk about the Dujan Whisper selection, it would have been fine. But why go back into the Leon Bailey situation?
That's
So,
why
two
you
things
don't use...
about
Go on, Ballprey.
yeah, 2 things about it. One, probably it's a trauma response. Probably, you know, that would have traumatized him what would have happened before, and I guess it's happening again. So, you know, when trauma is happening again, oh, well, I wonder if this is happening again. Probably that's where he's coming from. The other thing is that I think Butler have a sage mentality, meaning that it's us against the world. Get me? I say a siege mentality, meaning that that's how him get the best out of himself. That's how him get the best out of him players. I think that's how him fire up him players. That's how him fire up himself to be great. So I think part of the things them will make some of these great people great are some of the things them we might see as crazy. I'm being 100% honest. Some of the great people them we know in our life, them do some things were very unorthodox. Well, probably we don't understand, but these are the things that fire them up and keep them great. In our honesty, sometimes we don't agree with it because hard to agree with. But me, I tell you, as someone look at it, him just do this because him after this, him can't help himself from doing this. And if him never do it, he would be the same person. In
Yeah, you're 100% right about that. 100% correct about that, King. He sums it up right.
I think you put that in a nutshell beautifully for us. But I think it's Craig Butler in a nutshell, isn't it? It's just you that is to be
box office. It's like Jose Mourinho going back to Stamford Bridge the other day. Box office.
Yeah, you know what to expect from Craig Butler. On this occasion, though, I don't think he's a madman for doing what he's doing, because the argument for me holds water. So I think they've actually given him something to work with, and trust and believe he's going to keep on doing exactly that. But yeah, that's how we're looking there when it comes to Craig Butler and that particular post there over on Instagram. You guys can go ahead and dive into it in your own time. And in an update on the vice captain, though, Ricardo, what's going on with Damian Lowe since his move to Houston? Because I noticed it's been over a month now, hasn't it, since that news there broke in terms of it being officially made public. So what's going on? I think I noticed that he was on the bench for the game against Portland Timbers, but the two subsequent matches I couldn't identify him in the starting 11.
Yeah, look, the coach, I've said it, in previous, even look, I follow the MLS and I listened to a press conference way long ago, like a couple of months ago, when Houston was playing my MLS team, NYFC, and he talked about injuries, he talked about, being of, full slate of squads at time, have to be leaving out important players because these players, fit the standard of the criteria of the opponent that they're going to challenge in coming days. So I guess it's something similarity again, but what I slightly heard, not directly to Damian Lowe, but I saw something of someone that covered, the Houston Dynamo, of saying that, look, why that player wasn't in the squad, why that player's in the squad, why we're leaving out such an important player, for this game, after trying to, to get into the playoffs. So I guess, selection issues is the problem for the coach. Again, he's under a lot of threat, from media personnel of not being picking the correct teams at times. But Damian Lowe really brought in because they have, so many players out, at this moment, and they trying to, give themselves the best opportunity, to finish as high as possible. As they know, the postseason is coming closer and closer. I think this will be the last match day, then they go to the postseason. So what I'm just getting, it's all about, selection issues at Houston Dynamo. And I was shocked to see Damian Lowe sign, for that football club. I'm like, whoa. I'm looking at it like, will he ever play for Houston Dynamo? Will he ever play? Like, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure at this moment. But those are the little situations that I've heard, from media personnel and the coaching staff, talk about, Houston Dynamo team of, selection issues and everything.
That's an interesting. I think it's one that we definitely have to keep an eye on. I don't think it will make a difference pertaining to whether he's going to get a call up to the national team, because we've seen just how ludicrous the non-existent meritocratic system is anyway. So I'm think we can bet our last penny or dollar that he will definitely be getting subsequent call-ups to the national teams, because as I said, there's no set way of doing things, and when you make a excuse for one player, you kind of have to do the same for your vice captain and other players subsequently. While we are across the pond in the United States, talk to me about our boy Seymour Reed. I'm definitely excited to see him play, but that's a player there that you probably know more in terms of his developments, because he's literally right on your doorstep. So how excited are you to see the inclusion of Seymour Reed?
Yeah, very happy. The first time, coming to the US, that my first address was like 5 minutes walk away from the Yankee Stadium. That's where NYFC play their home games, right in the boogie town of the Bronx. So that's my club. I was a season holder ticket for the first 3-4 seasons there, with David Villa. So, love that club. But he's in the perfect environment to strive as a youngster. We have seen it over and over with that football club, bringing through youngsters. They go into the Bundesliga, they're going all over. The scouts are there, they're preparing these youngsters, not just to be a footballer, but to be the best version of themselves. So with young Semo Reed, my name is Ricardo Reed, so he's my namesake. So big up to that. I have a fire toe shot. You understand? So yeah, Semo Reed, love to see when young 17-year-old players, get into the team, especially when they're getting exposed, to senior team football, and his talent speak for itself. Look, I want the fans them to understand Semo Reed is not the finishing product. He's just 17. Have a far way to go. A lot of stuff, still need, to nurture around this talent. But we can't wait until the product finish cook. We have to help nurture it in international duties as well. Steve McClaren have to look after him properly. Damian will have to look after him properly. Mikel Antonio, whenever he's there, when he get a club, they have to look after these young players the right way. And with Semo Reed, I've been in the setup, it's a different profile of being in the Bronx, being training upstate New York than training locally at Stadium East, St. George's, high school, the National Stadium, wherever the team is going to train. It's going to be a different setup. He's going to see player from the not Bundesliga, but the Premier League, League One, League Two, player over there from the Middle East, and like, that's how Mason Oldgate do his thing. That's how that player do his thing. So, yeah, and then probably heard a little bit different of a dialogue of the English accent as well, and to look at John Russ like, yo, I saw John Russ at all. You understand? I saw me go jump over and leap over defenders like that. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to go around, young Semo Reed. But New York FC, they preparing him, to the utmost that they can do with him. It's all about the transition for our national team, how we going to look after him. And then the fans, we can't kill him. If he go out there and get 5 minutes and miss 2-sitter, we can't kill him. We have to cheer him up. He's the future. You understand? So we have to just embrace it and love him. Big up to Reed, my namesake.
So I know I never get a chance to talk about the Damian Nanalo situation. So I want to just say a few words on Nanalo before I make mention of Semo Reed. So Nanalo, I don't know when he will have an opportunity to play for Houston, because I one game alone left for Houston, because I don't think, looking at the table, they can't make the playoffs. They can't make the postseason. So it's only one game that's left for Nanalo to play for this season. So Dar would not kick a ball for Houston Dynamo at all this season, it is what it is. And I guess it goes within saying that Nanalo, likewise, a lot of the Jamaican players them getting little to no minutes. So Nanalo is not the only player on the squad that hasn't gotten a minute in his club team. That just goes hand in hand with the Reggae. It's hard to say, bro. Yeah. Crystal and Ricardo.
So funny.
No, it's so funny, but it's the truth. I was gonna do a video name. I did a video name Reggae Boyz Championship FC. I was gonna do a video name Reggae Boyz Bench FC. Reggae Boyz.
I want to say something, but if I did, it's okay. It's clean, but it will sound very inappropriate. So I can't even. I'm not even going to go there.
Say man, Crystal. Talk, Crystal.
I feel bad. I can't say it. I feel bad. I'll tell you guys off air. I feel bad.
But it is what it is.
You gave me an idea for a video, but I'm not going to do it. I feel bad. It's to do with minutes. It's to do with minutes. All lack thereof.
Yeah, but it is what it is. In all honesty, it is what it is. It runs along with what's happening with most of the players. Them is either them getting little minutes. I beg you to find 5 players that constantly play 90 minutes for their team. It is what it is. But that's the circumstances we have, and we have to just deal with it. I guess the greatest thing is that these players are fit. So once they are fit and some of them make the squad, some of them look at Lati, not Lati, look at Dexter Lambikisa. Dexter
Yeah.
was just grateful the other day that he was able to play some games against the under 21 team. And again, Dexter is young, so more sometimes I think we forget that some of these players are also young because Dexter
Yeah.
has been around for a while. So but yeah, so Nanalo just going with the flow of the Reggae Boys at the moment. The good thing is that he's fit and can be in the squad. Seymour Reno. For me, I'm a firm believer in that sports is for young people. And when I say young people, I think there's the saying, once you're good enough, you're old enough. And for me, I thought that it was way too early because even with the prediction, I put him name there and I'm like, in my opinion, he's way too early. But when I look at his season, look at his body of work, even though it was in the MLS Next Pro,
Yeah.
it's 13 goals in 15 games, and that's goals no matter what. Goals are goals. Yesterday, him scored a brace after being called up the day before. And one of the goals I thought it would have been a tap in, and it was chop the defender, calm, composed. And this youth will be brimming with confidence, with same ability. Him have a frame on him, and probably chances are him not done grow yet.
No,
Chances
he's
are
not.
he don't
No,
grow
he's
yet.
not.
Chances are
He's not.
he's gonna turn into a monster, and they're really building a monster. No, it's good because we know the Yamal of this world. We know the young players that are coming through. We're talking about other countries bringing through the Mexico team of 16-year-old women, Mora.
Mora,
So
yeah.
this is our chance. This is our gem. This is
Yeah.
our gem, and this is only
Definitely.
one of the many gems that we have. And as the coach said, chances are that's the reason why we were not seeing Tyrese Hall in the team, because imagine have a team of Tyrese Hall, Seymour Reed, Adujan Whisper Richards, 3 or 4 of these gems mixing in with the senior man them. Yo, it's just a joy that just having the options, these options, and having Seymour Reed in the team right now.
Yeah.
Chances are he won't get a minute. But just imagine if he comes on and score a goal at 17 again. Next one, this is our next gem coming through, and I'm all for it. I'm all in. I initially thought it was too early, but the coach believe otherwise, and I'm like 100% behind the team, behind Seymour Reed, and more see him get some minutes. Wouldn't mind see him scoring against Bermuda. You get me? I saying at the National Stadium, what a feeling that would be. So bring it on.
What age did Georgina GM score for Jamaica?
I think it was 17. Because
No, that
Jacob
age,
posted it recently. I think it was 17.
Yeah, so
Straight
yeah.
out of KC, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Can I clear up a few things? So the David Walker thing saying that the city, if it's a sister club, I know it's they're in the city group as well. So that's big for him as well. I think they have another team in Melbourne as well, in Melbourne City, whatever I want to name. So it's all those clubs, is in the city group. I remember when Mark Mamara, I think he was an NYFC player, didn't get transferred to New York, to Man City, but didn't play for the first team, but used their status as a club to get him around in Europe. And there's another player that was was in the NYFC academy as well, Christian McFarlane of Jamaican heritage. I think his parents are from the UK, I think, moved to New York at a very young age. Now he got the opportunity from NYFC and he's back in England, playing for Man City at this time. So maybe there's a channel for young Seymour Reed if he continues to blossom. Again, New York City, they don't hold on these youngsters. Once the right move is there and it's better for the player, they will send them out.
So what they say, Kevin De Bruyne's heir, the heir to Kevin De Bruyne's.
And I think we up in the comment section. I think Father Bling was asking for Francis. I tried to reach out to Francis today, but didn't hear it. I know Francis is going through some stuff with his younger ones, being in and out of the hospital. So he's having a tough time. So if you guys don't see Francis, for now, he's going through the moment of personal issues. But I tried to reach out, didn't get any response. He didn't call me back. I know when he see him call, he might really reach out back and say what's up. But Francis is good. Otherwise, from that, it's just those are the personal issues.
I think I'm piggybacking on what you're saying, and hopefully everything works out well with him with regards to his personal issues. Hopefully everything works out well for him in the end. But adding to what you were saying there with regards to David's comments, I think we might touch wood. We might see something similar to what do you want to call it? Is it Cavan Sullivan for Philadelphia
Oh,
Union?
yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
he signed for Manchester City, didn't he?
yeah,
And
yeah,
at the time that he did, he must have been like at least 15 years old,
yeah,
something like just
yeah,
a teenager. I'm not saying it's similar to Martin Odegaard signing for Real
yeah.
Madrid because it's not comparable, but I think that's a fair shout. That who knows, we might see a Simo Reed being fast track and making a signing to Manchester City, even if City are going to say, let's use the Chelsea formula, get him
Yeah.
in the door, help develop him, and then see how much we can get from him. Not to say that they need it, but at the end of the day, football is business. So
Business. Yeah.
exactly. So that's probably something there to keep in the back of our mind. But on the topic of Seymour Reed, something that really popped into my head while you guys were talking is, given the departure of unfortunately our goalkeeper, who was once our goalkeeper, Jaden Hibbert,
Yeah.
is Seymour Reed's inclusion in the Reggae Boyz squad evidence that the Jamaica Football Federation is finally adapting a cap tying strategy to secure a young dual nationality talent for the future? Or is it a case of combination of the two, and the fact that he's talented and he is good enough to play, so let him play?
Yeah, I think it's both of what you said, but it's more of looking at this talent. Probably know I want to say maybe the reason why Semori get picked, someone is very close, to the player and to the hierarchies of the JFF. I say, yeah, give this guy a shot. Give this guy a look in. I don't think Macaron really know this kid. I
Yeah,
don't think Macaron know this kid. I know this coach don't know this kid. You understand? He was shown like, hey, this is the profile of young Samuel Reed. He's 17. He's coming up to the junior teams, and this is what we want to see, right, Crystal? Like players making a transition from the junior teams right into the senior teams. Because when you look in Concacaf, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, there's at least 4 players in those national teams at the moment came up together in the junior teams. Do you understand? So we want to see, similarity of, and that is a bond, that's a chemistry, they would have brought up in the same system. So I don't think Steve McClaren really know this young man. What do you think, Balpreet?
So 2 things about this. Important to note, in the press conference, he did say the under 20, and he was corrected to say under 17. It could just be an honest mistake. It could just be an honest mistake. It could just be an honest mistake. But chances are, remember again, the coach, any player he doesn't watch, he uses Y Scout. So he probably gets the information from Y Scout. I said, no, all right, but not the coach. The coach said him see the player and him like the player. And we just have to believe the coach what him say. Probably he's the coach's profile. Again, you spoke about him coming up through the youth ranks, under 15, under 17. And that is what we want to see more, because who's the last player that comes to mind that came up through the youth ranks that's in the team right now? You get me? I said we need some more of this. So if this is the new way to go, yes. But as to Crystal's question about, is it a race to cap tie? So, so when I timed them then at the press conference, and I was like, how can I structure a question to ask the coach that? Because I was making the argument, Jen Ibert didn't get called for Canada this time around. So I was really hoping that we could have done something like just call him to try and cap time, and we have to start doing some of these things. England do it, everybody do it. Call a player with potential just to cap time. So to your question now, again, it might be a bit of both, because we see the youth, him have talent, him have real talent. You get me, I say? But it also is a case where we don't want USA to snap up this player. And we know say USA is good for this. We know them good for this. So guess what? We just have to bring him in right now. So I was having a conversation with Fire, that is my brethren, and he was telling me that, he said, yo, King, I don't really worry about Seymour Reed, because Seymour Reed born on the island. So I'm like, yes, but him spend, the way him talk, it seemed like him spend majority of time overseas. So even though he reps Jamaica and he breeds Jamaica and him born in Jamaica, you might never know if USA presented a good package to him. You might never know. He might can't resist it. So it's good bringing him now. But Fire was making the point to say that the player that we would have need to cap tie real quick would have been the Tyrese Hall. So he's saying that probably Tyrese is probably easier for England to grab like this because I guess him not born on the island. I don't know he was making a reason to say that if we really wanted to race to capitalize somebody, it should have really been a Tyrese Hall. But I know that I'm moving in on, but it's kind of on the same thing. But want to make of that though to say if really in the race to capitalize somebody, it should have been Tyrese Hall.
Listen, take whoever is available right now here. I cannot complain whether it's Tyrese Hall or Seymour Reed. I've watched more Seymour Reed than Tyrese Hall, so I'm swinging more to Seymour Reed. And he is so certain of himself. Like for a teenager, I don't want to overpraise him, but he's mature in his performance. And I think those are the little differences there that can take you right to the top and keep you there. Like he just seems so focused and switched on. He knows what he wants. And he's going out there to prove a point. As I said, my player that I actually compare him to is a young Jody Brown, similar ages, representing the senior team, weight on their shoulders, and they're delivering. And I just think that for a talent like Seymour Reed, you don't belong with your age group for the Reggae Boyz, the young Reggae Boyz, that is, because your levels above them. You're basically stouting your progress when it comes to your development, when it comes to the national team. You need to be fighting with the big boys, because that's how you're performing. You're performing to a level that says it surpasses your age group. So he now needs to be playing senior team football as regularly as possible, pending that he deserves to be there and so on. But piggybacking on what I think it might have been the Carter, I can't remember. Correct me if, with regards to who said it. If it's a case that he comes in and he's firing blanks, bear with him because he's a teenager. He's new to this. You know, it's a different level. Like youth football and men's football isn't comparable. It's levels above. You're gonna get God forbid when he's playing against the likes of the Mexicans, they're going to rough him up. He's going to feel a level of physicality that he has never felt yet in his career. It's different, it's nasty, it's rugged. But you know what? I think he's actually up for it. I think players like your Dujon Whisper and Rich and Seymour Reed, like they're a different type of mindset. Like it's people are going to say that they are cocky, but I think it's you are confident, and you have every right to be confident because you're naturally gifted. You worked hard to get to where you are, but I think in the future you're going to hear so many conversations about them being cocky. But I don't think they're cocky players. I think they're confident players, and they believe in their talents. And you know, I think that's going to take them far. But cock tie, I think it was deliberate. I think it's us trying to nail them down because God forbid USA comes and say we want to take you to the World Cup. It's bye bye, see you later. We're not going to keep him. So hopefully we haven't left it too late. If I'm McClaren, I'm cup tying him. I'm sorry, but I'm cup tying him.
I believe Tyrese Hall probably would have more important to captain. Why? You know, we need emergency, solution right now for that midfield. You know, and one I told King this on the video that I did, early today, that if England have made that U20 World Cup, maybe Tyrese Hall would have been on the plane.
Mhm.
Maybe Tyrese Hall would have been on a plane, playing U20 World Cup at this moment in Chile. So we need to cap time. Well, what JD said, King, Luca, magic. That's all the man say, Tyrese Hall is, the comparison of a young teenager comparing
Yeah.
him to Luca Modric. So Jermaine
Right.
Defoe said, look, this is a talent. And Jermaine Defoe would have seen this talent day in and day out, on the training ground at Tottenham at Spurs. So we need to get him in as soon as possible because, look, quality midfielder, he's showing a type of maturity that he can play, in the double pivot. He can play in a tight knit, number 10 in that back three, playing as one of the number 10 behind the striker. That intelligence of, being on the offensive side and being on the defensive side. So to be showing that right maturity at that age, we need to get that player through the door as fast as possible, ASAP.
Well, when we qualify for the World Cup, who knows, we might turn around and say, come with us, we're going to the World Cup. And who can say no to playing at the World Cup as a teenager, as a young lad? I think that's on your wish list, isn't it? Early 20s to be going to your first ever World Cup, and you're not even a regular for Spurs senior team, that is. I think yeah, he will I'm hoping and praying to God that he says yes if that's the case. But yeah, I think you're right. In terms of what's needed now, it's a Tyrese Hall. But like I said, I've seen more of Seymour Reed to say, hey, look, what a privileged position we're in, though, that we're talking about who should we cup tie first. It's just crazy.
It is. But on that as well, remember the famous watch list? We remember that famous watch list. That watch list had 15 to 17 attackers on it.
Yeah.
A lot of centre forwards was on that watch list. So
Yeah.
the argument was that, because again, the argument was that I don't think Seymour Reed was even expecting a call up. I don't think he was sitting there and like, I deserve a call up and I think I should get a call up right now. Not to say that Tyrese Hall is saying the same thing. But the situation that Tyrese Hall is in, Tyrese Hall, it might have been even more appealing to bring a Tyrese Hall in right now, to appeal to him as well. Because again, you don't want, I guess, what is the next England squad? U21s? You don't want the England U21 to come and like, all right, Tyrese Hall, come now. 4 goals in 4 games? Come on, man. 4 goals in 4 games. It's nothing normal. So I'm telling you. Hopefully we'll get the job done this window, and we can, as the coach said, expect next window to be a different squad again. So I guess next window is gonna be the window to cap you. Here's a cap. There's a cap. Everybody's supposed to be getting a cap next window, if all goes well.
I just want to say this in a shout out to Ryan, who just dropped the link in his comment section. So big up to everybody, forward over from Ryan. Really appreciate you guys coming over here. You don't know, support One Love Jamaica. So big up to everybody. I'm watching 2 shows. I have a earpod in my ears and listening to 3 Cat Man and Ryan, and I talk to you guys.
You're multitasking, and they say multitask. It's a lie.
And I'm watching my beloved Arnett Garden playing Treasure Beach at the moment. So I mean, sometimes I'm switching the computer the screen, and I'm doing so much things right now. So
yeah, man, big ups to the gaffer himself, the one that I think I speak for everyone on the screen. He's definitely helped us, well, me personally, and also with my YouTube channel. So massive shout out there to Mr. Jackson and his Elite Sports family. Thank you for joining our live stream, and I think you guys have put the ball in the perfect position for me. It's actually timed it beautifully. So King, I don't know if it was you or if it was Nakado, but we're talking about midfield maestro. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun and say that he's a midfield maestro, but we have to talk about the Rastaman again. I will not stop talking about him. And perhaps, Ball Pre, I might have to put you in the middle with this one. I mean, I'm not on the ground. You might have to ask the gaffer what's going on with our midfield. Like, what's going on with DJ, right? We have to talk about Daniel Johnson. The card is making me laugh.
In love with the Rastaman.
Jano's there. Jano. But the truth with all is, and I'll put my hand up for this as well, I think a lot of us has neglected Daniel Johnson. A lot of us has looked past Daniel Johnson, and it is unfair. I mean, me first, I take the onus on me to say that it is very unfair, because especially for a person like me that is data driven, is most of the times when I can't watch a player, because some of the time you can't watch all of the players, but you can take a look at the player statistics. And again, playing in a league as Turkey, first division, being the man in that midfield, being the man that everything is around, and we just forget about Daniel Johnson and done with him based on the fact that he's 32. He's 32 and we feel like said him time pass. No, we have to do better than that, and myself included. So me have to hold my hand up first and foremost as a former Rastaman myself, because we're still a Rastaman, not a former Rastaman. Once a Rastaman, always a Rastaman. And me consider myself as a Rastaman, said we the last month dead no more. You You're not stop laughing.
I want you to know that I wasn't drawing you out last night. I swear to God, I did not know that you was a Rasta man.
As a Rasta man myself. Me have to really.
Because when we did our debriefing last night, I felt so bad when King told me that he's a former Rasta.
No, farmer, a current Rasta man. Not because the Lax not did it. Not because the Lax not did it no more. Still a Rasta man. You get me?
I swear to God, I did not know that you had. Because I kept talking about representation, and when you said it to me like off air, I felt so bad. I was like, I hope you didn't think that I was like throwing shade at you, because I didn't know. God, I didn't know. But let's talk about, big up the guys there in the comments section. The president, big up yourself, Mr.
Big up everybody.
Allen. He's the president there of the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. A bit like Mr. Jackson, they have played a pivotal role there in drumming up the atmosphere inside the stadium. And when we talk about selling out the stadium at the office, we have to talk about the likes of the content creators, so the lads there that you got on the screen, people like Issa Allen, Bam Sport, Eddie Vision, and all the lads there in Jamaica, but also the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club and Mr. Ryan Jackson as well, because they turned something that once seemed so far-fetched into reality. Like, I used to laugh when Ryan say that he can see the National Stadium being sold out. I was like, this man is a madman. Like, for football, no chance. But it's now a reality. So big up the lads there for that. But talking about midfield maestro and what you said about Daniel Johnson. See, I have a theory, but I don't want to get gunned down for my theory. So let me land with this one with regards to why, and I'm guilty of it as well. So it's not just about drawing out ball pre. I'm also guilty of it. But do you think the reason why we have unintentionally not been asking the right questions about what's going on with Daniel Johnson, is it because he isn't aesthetically pleasing when he plays for us? Because Jamaicans unintentionally or intentionally, we like flamboyancy. Like, we kind of feel like we have a rite of passage to seeing flamboyant football, but Daniel Johnson isn't that. He's more of a 1-2 passer. He pass the ball, he give him the ball, he pass it, and he moves. So do you think it's because he's not a flamboyant footballer, hence us unintentionally overlooking him?
I'm gonna go through still, because cool long now bingy, because the people want to say, yo, if a king and your Rasta name, a king and your Rasta name, people also king of family members from different continent, from motherland and Rona one different part, so man. The man are well knit in the Naya bingy, so big up to everybody are fleeing the donation. As we have to big up Dan, your box office, because Dan say, yo, put some money on the board. No, we see money are flying from all angles. You understand what I say? So yeah, put some money on the board. Hold on, I'm gonna go through with this as well.
But no, it's just funny. I'll allow the Carter to
so we'll put my money on the board in the people. You understand? We'll put my money on the board. People put some money on the board for Talawa TV. Put some money on the board. You understand?
Opinion. I've got my landlords knocking. It's weird. It's like 3 a.m. My landlord's knocking. Hold on. Don't move. My landlord. Don't know. He wants to come on the screen, which is weird. Should I bring him on? No, seriously. Should I bring him on?
Yeah, man, bring him on. I put up on the board.
Like football, but
good. King, she know say the Rasta like she tell brother.
Yo, me know what I share use.
It's like she use brother. Arsenal to support brother. I make sure over show you brother.
I swear to God, I did not know that he was he is a Rasta man. He just doesn't off his hair.
Go on. Legendary podcast tonight, man.
Legendary podcast.
Legendary. It's long in the making, but it's there.
Brian, me I tell the people one night, I say, yo, meet DJ at Canada, that cool, well, humble, professional. In the whole heap of bag of flamboyant thing, like where, Rima Jesus, man, them are very professional of what he's doing. Want to go catch him rest, we catch him flight, for go back to Stoke City. And, all of that. So, I mean, good lad, good Rasta man, local born as well. Why people always think, Daniel Johnson is an overseas player? Why people always think that?
I think it's
Probably-
because he's been over here for a very long time. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mr. Jack.
I know funny. Most of these players like Bobby Reed and all of these players, I don't know why they don't talk in Jamaica when they're doing interview. But
Yeah.
but if you see them behind the scene, a straight part to them attack, brother.
Yeah, straight.
Demarai agree, and yeah, look on Demarai agree. I say, what? You really said that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Daniel Johnson, a rude boy thing, man. Remember Daniel Johnson, father, producer, and all of them stuff there, Jamaica, So, I think Daniel Johnson deserves to be back into the team. But I don't know, bro. I really don't know. But Daniel Johnson is a good player. But I don't know if the team move past Daniel Johnson. I don't know.
But more ask this to Ryan. Was like
Yo, bro, I want to bounce it now, bro. I don't want to crowd me the thing in there, brother.
brother.
Bounce it, brother. I don't want to set me up like this in there, bro.
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna tell you something, Ryan. You see, when time big ball forward on the field, you give big ball like every ball.
No, bro, nobody with that, brother. And I set me up like that, brother.
Alright, so
I want to bounce the leather the right way, brother.
I cage football now. I cage football. We in London tonight. I cage football.
Alright.
So what me I say is like Tapa Whitmore, tactics around the national team. Did it like help to feel a lot of our midfielders, not get the best out of them as well? We seen the best midfielders that Tapa get the best out of, like Lambert, of Aka, because of the defensive side of his game, while DJs is on the opposite side.
To be honest, I think Tapa and it's so funny that Tapa was a really good attacking midfielder, creative midfielder. Oftentimes you see these creative players, they play attacking football. But no, not Tapa Whitmore. Tapa Whitmore want to bypass the midfield. And if you listen to an interview on Sportsmax a couple years ago with Damian Lowe, where Damian Lowe said, the coach said, if we just bypass the midfield and kick it long. So Tapa is a creative player, and a lot of us were expecting Tapa going to make creativity, going to make the thing. Like Tariq McGee, that turn in a Cascarica, one of the most famous turn amongst the Reggae Boyz supporter. When they ask a Reggae Boyz supporter, what Tariq McGee do to be in the national team, them remind, man like King, I remind you, what Tariq McGee do from 2022 Crystal. Can you imagine? You don't see that turn there? What Tariq McGee make for Jamaica. If you listen to most of Jamaican fans, they might tell you that turn there. One turn, and you not even call it Tariq McGee make the assist. You know them assists where Thiago is a player that in pass it give the man who make the assist. Right? I don't know what they call them type of midfielder who they don't really on the ice make the assist, but just the creativity of what them do. Oftentimes them pass off the ball give another man and them just slip it through. Right? But Tapa, and not Tapa alone, right? Most, if you look at over the years, bro, if you look at what's his name again, man? The Reading number 10, the captain for Reading. Mackinoff. We always have skillful midfielder, but our coach, they don't trust the team enough to play out from the midfield, Bridget. And I think Daniel Johnson, who could say, of course, Tapa are one of them man who bypass it. Not only Tapa, several coach bypass it. You don't want to put too many burden on Tapa, but it is just the reality. I will just look back at what happened in the past. But definitely, bro, I thought under Steve McClaren were going to play from the midfield, bro. Yeah. One of the best games Steve McClaren managed for Jamaica is the game against Honduras. Where I say, yo, like I see Ethan Pinnock there delaying the pass, waiting to invite the pressure to onto them and then them pass the ball. I say, but me never say none of this for Jamaica yet. I never see Jamaica invite pressure and then play it off and another free player. So that game, I was hoping, but I think the coach decides him going to do opposite thing. And it's just Jamaican thing where we have to just live with it, or midfield look like it will never fix until we get a coach who really going to play. And I think we should, the next coach we should get, I think we should at least get a coach from South America.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
Been saying that,
Yeah, because look at Panama. Oh my good. They would have not ball forever. They would have do, and they have a coach from South America. So that's where we should get the next coach.
Them are not ball and are struggling in them group.
Who?
They must struggle.
Who that?
Panama.
I don't know. But that's what's gonna happen. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but they play a beautiful brother football. I can say I think Panama will qualify for the World Cup. I think, you know, that was a tough group Panama get.
Yeah, very tough.
Tough group. And if Jamaica in another group there would have struggled to, right? Because remember, this is World Cup qualifying a king. Right? But I think Panama in this round, some of them key pieces get back inside the midfield. So I think Panama will do better in this round, in my opinion.
Yeah, they should.
But piece of DJ reasoning now. So as Crystal asks about the aesthetics of DJ, I don't know if for me and I don't know if because I'm left footed, but I like to see Daniel Johnson on the ball. Now there's a lot of people that said that Daniel Johnson passed back the ball too much. That was a thing to say that Daniel Johnson had too much back passes. But you know one thing Daniel Johnson doesn't do? Daniel Johnson doesn't lose that football. So sometimes it's about recycling the ball. And every time you have to race the ball, go forward. So I never had that issue with Daniel Johnson. I never had that issue with how he look aesthetically. I actually like see Daniel Johnson on the ball. The man left foot smooth, silky. So me never have that issue there with him. I don't know.
The problem with Daniel Johnson, you know, bro, is playing back the ball, because we see Speedy do that. It's good. But the main problem with Jamaican midfielder, with Daniel Johnson and all of them, is how they receive the ball and how they move off. If you look for Ravel Morrison when he play for Jamaica, that's what I mean, say Ravel and anything, all of them play street football. Ravel Morrison, bro, the man all when Ravel Morrison play corner league football, brother. It no matter what part of the world, but every time Ravel, just take a look, go back and watch a highlight in the Unity Cup for Ravel. How him pass and move, and how him receive the ball, how him angle, how him shape. Bro, how a midfielder them, they take the ball and they're not seeing the football, they're not seeing the game, bro.
Exactly.
So it always going to make them pass back the ball. Back. Same thing with the right back. Until we get a coach who are going to coach these players and show them on the film, say them body position is wrong, the way how them receive the ball. When Ravel Morrison pass the ball and them go back feet and you see him turn facing the whole goal, right? That is how a midfielder play, brother. And me I wonder why so much our player them watch at the highest level, but they're not. Their body shape. And the man them need WD-42, brother. The man them stiff.
Yeah, man.
Bro, your hip, you have to be flexible, bro, as a football player. You have to stretch and you have to be flexible where you can, your body can take them sharp turn and you move and you caress it and move it, brother. It have to inner your brother. And that's what the thing with the Jamaican midfielder them. Until them body position and how them receive the ball, and sometimes you need to just take a touch and move. Just watch Ravel Morrison how him dictate it, bro. Touch, move, and them a call feet. Who should know midfielder them a call for the ball, bro? Actually, I know Steve McClaren head a gather water, brother. Who should know midfielder them who are really, I say, yo, give me the ball. Me and the man. Ravel Morrison stand up on it and he move it, brother. In another look for 5 minutes there. That's why I say give me Ravel all when him a play corner league, brother. Because none of them are good like him, brother. It is the truth. Perfect game, man management. Slow down the game. Step up the tempo. That is what Ravel. In your Cole Palmer said, the man name say give me a best 5. And Ravel Morrison in it, brother. That will tell you who we are, bro. Come on, bro. We have a midfielder who can give you 20 minutes to 15 minutes, brother. Especially when you play against a smaller team and them park the bus in a Kingston, Jamaica. You have a dictator who come and receive it from the half turn. Come on, Latty Body. Latty Body, them man, they want WD-40, them hips stiff. Nah, move, brother. The lock free, no matter how much you spray oil night, brother. A WD-40, bro, you have to take the ball, caress it, move it, the way you position, brother. That's why that's one of the things where anytime the sun come, the most important thing in a football is how you open up your body and where you receive the ball. You scan. Which one of our midfielder them is to scan? And we have to tell you about Casey Palmer and them man that play, brother. All the Ravel under pressure, him know how much time him have on the ball. All the man in your back. Bro, the simple thing in a football with midfielder them they do. So midfielder them receive the ball pan the up and take it up from Damian Lowe, hit and pin up pass it. The man them just they now scan and thing. And even the press, when the man them press Jamaica first line with the midfield, guess what we do? We play back the ball. No! Drop your shoulder now, brother. Drop your shoulder now and beat off the press and they have the whole space for driving in the ball, brother. And that me a talk about McClaren, brother, and them man say them a coach a Man U, bro. Them the right expect say the coach a come coach them cause he were the coach or a coach under Ferguson who they on the pitch and show the player them. So I was expecting a little bit more from that, but them say you can't expect too much from a coach from Man U. You know what I mean? That's is it. Rooney, all of them fail. Them can't have a coach, can't have a keep a job, brother.
But legend, right, you know, make a boss Elias. Here why make a boss Elias now, legend. You see, you are call for Ravel now, where Ravel not playing the ball. We not even know Ravel there. You know which part of that? Ravel goodly there at China, you don't know. What me I say is, you have the president who we are talking about for step. But he can't call for Ravel right now when him not playing the ball.
King.
President.
Listen.
Yeah.
When you are a special, listen, bro. When you're special,
Yeah.
you get special treatment, brother. And not enough special people in the world who get special treatment. So when we say, yo, Mason Greenwood is special, what he done, the average person cannot do it. What Ravel Morrison, now tell me about Tariq McGee and them man. Nobody tell me them man because they are not special. You understand? Special people get special. You can't expect a local YouTuber just come up and say, yo, we're going to put the level upon King and Crystal. And no, you have to work your way up, brother. So when we say, Mr. Ravel Morrison on Instagram, brother. Mr. Ravel Morrison beg I pull up on all of them things. And come tell me that, brother.
But right, if that's the case, then you can't complain about Mikel Antonio getting a call up.
No, that's what I tell you. Mikel Antonio is not special. They're not going to do special thing. Brown man special. We are talking about special player. Ravel Morrison, easily the talented football player ever to play.
But then the argument would be that, is that a subjective take? Yes, we know that others have said that he is truly a special player and he could have been one of the greatest ever in his position. Sir Alex Ferguson, couple greats saying he was better than Paul Pogba and so on. So he is definitely rated highly by past players and current players, like you said, a young Cole Palmer. But do we just have to digest the fact that Ravel, unfortunately, is a talent that didn't live up to expectation?
We agree with that. We agree Sir Ravel will live up to expectation. Yes, we agree our 100%. But in this circumstance where we had to move the team to the another level, a Ravel Morrison come off the bench 15 to 10 minutes where him going to create diamond. Hear the word when we use diamond. Not much football player in the world we're going to create diamond. And if you give him, we see it against Trinidad, he might play corner league. Don't want Arab country and him come on and him take it and possess the midfielder and say, Lord of mercy. You see where you ball for Ravel Morrison. They are a special player. I believe special people get more money for them talent. So if you are a music producer, if you don't special, you can't just, Ravel is not just any player. And you telling me when we look at Ravel Morrison, he's 10% body fat. How many of the players them are having at the team who are 10% body fat? Our midfielder them. Give me Ravel Morrison, all when him play corner league. Give me him gonna make the impact.
Me not done but tell you set because yeah. So remember Ryan, remember the legend and me say exception for exceptional players. Remember, say I might thought that, you know. Don't get me wrong. So watch this now. My issue with this Ravel reason is that me not know if Ravel can play 20 minutes. You just said 20 minutes. Me not know because me not see my when last I see Ravel play, me not know. Watch this in Ryan. This is my argument clearing. Jeremy and you is a special player in past age now. Wrong player for you. Hold on. Milan. Eden Hazard, a special player. And he boots up because he feel like say him can't do it no more. Me know you talk about the body fat. Me not understand that. You are a trainer, you know about the body fat. But you don't know if Ravel Morrison can even play 5 minutes right now.
My
You
brother.
don't know cannot play the football for all long.
My brother.
We have talent, but them need to play on the football field for me see him.
But
me can't go for a man who doesn't play ball at all long. Me can't do it. You can do it, but me can't do it.
Virgin, last season Ravel Morrison, bro, I don't know. Like, Nicardo, you ever go talk to this man here? Because the man I miss Jeremy, bro. I am a massive, huge fan. Danny Jedman, them can tell you how highly me rate Jeremy. But when they talk about football player, bro, don't mix up special with some other player name, brother.
Yeah,
you have world class talent, bro.
Eden Hazard.
Yeah, Hazard. Yeah, Hazard, yeah. Him this about me as a Ravel King. Big man thinking. Seriously. Ravel Morrison will see it, bro. But the people them in the administration know what Ravel Morrison can do. Right? And Ravel got to the coach and say him deserve more game time. I never see nothing in this world yet. And the man him to Ravel disrespect. No, bro, like we want to move the program forward, King. We have a midfielder we have a midfielder already ma play Bush League. It's not Pepe Goodis and them man away the coach see them man there. And them come play for big Jamaica, brother. It's not where you play and who have the eye for the talent and can see. So yo, the player can do a particular job for me. We want the game to secure. We want to control the game. 10-15 minute leave. 20 minutes want a goal. We need some creativity to give the striker and the wingers them. This is the man. All when Ravel have 1 foot King David. Nobody in our midfield. Nobody, no disrespect. Nobody can play like Ravel Morrison.
But what me I say now, I'm move the show back.
But for telling the truth, me agree, say Ravel, this is no excuse, my brother. Bro, you don't need money. You're alright in a life. You don't need money. Bro, me like you, Ravel. Listen to me now, Ravel Morrison. Me like you as a big supporter of you, bro. You're telling me that you come into Jamaica and go play for a team like a Honey Garden in the jungle, touch football. You're telling me that, bro, you're walking on a Jamaica team, you Ravel. So that, bro, come to Jamaica, you know what they say, do some gym work. Come to Jamaica, January, and come make the World Cup squad, brother. This is a lifetime opportunity for Ravel Morrison.
See,
there is no way.
You finally get my reason.
No, but as me I tell you, say, him is a free agent. Bro, Ravel, November window. Bam. Alright, watch. Terry McGee, them a play football now. Look every year. Them man they come make a one turn in the midfield of Jamaica. You hear everybody say, McGee, we have a creative McGee. Come down to Jamaica, Ravel Morrison. And me not tell yourself we just go at any team. Go on it garden where the people truly know talent and I go worship and love all the football play. Allow me to tell Nicardo.
No,
at the right team, when Ravel Morrison turn pon it and flick it over this, bro. Ravel, my message up on Instagram. Come like you now hear me. Tell her what, cut this and tag him pon it. No, seriously, take off them a serious thing because we want the podcast go viral now.
Yeah.
So Ravel, my brother, this is Ryan LFC I talk to you. The talent that you have right now at this moment, we need you in the Jamaican national team. But only one favor may I ask for you, my brother. This is a lifetime opportunity to play in the World Cup, my brother. Nobody can play in this Reggae Boyz team when it come on to midfielder, all when you have 1 foot, give me Ravel Morrison. Ravel, a one flavor I ask you for. Come to Jamaica. Come and show the Jamaican people what you can do. Not just stay in the gym over Qatar and saying you're waiting on a team. You're a free agent. Come and sign for Annette Garden. And come show the people them. And Ravel, I guarantee by the end of this month, you sign for Annette Garden. By the next window November, Mr. Ravel, you will be in this Reggae Boyz team. Ravel, I don't know your pocket, my brother, but this is a lifetime opportunity and get back on your foot. Come and play. We see players leave from England and playing in the Jamaican Premier League. Don't be mad. Your accomplishment in a football, what the people want to say, you fail, but no, every failure, we have success. You has been a better person, a better man. A lot of people, Ravel, don't know what you're going through as a football player about your personal life at Man U. We know it. We don't have to spell it out on social media, Ravel. Come to Jamaica and come play some football and make this Jamaican team and silence all the critics. 6-month contract with Annette Garden and you can walk out the door. You make this Jamaican team, my brother. Let's get on track, Ravel Morrison. We need you, my brother. We need your brother. 10 minutes. That look out. 10 minutes against Trinidad. Bro, first thing we have, these players cannot take the ball under pressure. First thing you have, brother. Second thing you have, your touch, your movements, your IQ. Bro, as a football player, as a midfielder, you have to have vision. What you think these players hard to find in world football? They are special. Don't mix certain people name with Ravel Morrison. King. IQ. That's the level we are talking about. We are going to move the nigger.
Yeah.
Come on, Ravel. Come play for Annette Garden. And brought out all the people down the jungle and show you where you are, brother. Believe me, bro. Seriously, bro.
That's the point. You see, a part to the point where I make. That's the only point I make. Him could have special, like, cool. That you need to tell him to do, and that you do. So you do the job what me I tell you to do, and that me I tell you to do. The man for Paul come play some ball.
Analyze, you know, analyze, you tell. A real thing, yeah, brother. Ravel come play some ball, man.
Me I tell you, it's simple as that. Play some ball. And we know who can pay me now. We know which team can pay me now.
No, we want a team who are going to fit. No matter with that, brother. One bag of talent you want at a one club, brother. We want the talent them for all over. We are going to make the Premier League nice, brother.
But what I Ryan, which team you can go in Jamaica right now?
Baller. You're batting for Magisha, brother. You think if him going on Mount Pleasant, Magisha get in the game? Stop your foolishness, brother.
Hold on, I'm not talking about that. If Ravel want to play for Jamaica right now, which team have 2 players in the current Jamaica squad right now?
If what?
Which team, which JPL team have 2 players in the current Jamaica squad right now?
Mount Pleasant.
None else team have no baller. So if you want to make the national team, you know where to go?
No, bro. Annette Garden, brother. Annette Garden. Ravel in the red and black, the brother. I want to the man, Nicardo.
No, red and black.
A joke thing, the man, there. Ravel in the red and black, the junglist, the attacking type of football.
The fans.
How we are talking about, man? We not talking about no man who are partner bus, brother. Annette Garden attacking football, no matter at every cost. Win, lose, or draw, brother.
I got you, Chris. I got you.
You know, see what Tapa do already with creative midfielder. What you try to, bro? You try to hold on the maestro thing, brother. Not do that, brother. You just talk about, brother. Not do that, bro.
Let me do a quick little big ups to the guys there again for the super chats. Elite Sports TV, big up yourself. Issa Allen, big up yourself. Nicardo Media, big up yourself. Blair Video, big up yourself. Fire Gunner, big up yourself. Football One, big up yourself. Ball Pre TV, big up yourself. Thank you for the lovely super chats, and thank you to those who like
the Reggae Boyz podcast.
Like button. I think that was Ryan. And yeah, thank you for you guys there for still staying with me on the live stream. Definitely appreciate it. So I guess that is going to be a no for Daniel Johnson. I think that's Ryan's way of saying no to Daniel Johnson, it seems, right? Because we were doing a good argument for Daniel Johnson, and he just came along and just said, it's a no from Daniel for Daniel Johnson.
I mean, look, Ravel and DJ play above, Aiden would that be a good selection choice, to be honest. That would be a good selection choice. I mean, they probably could start together, but at least one can come on for each other, the integrity of the part of the game. But King, this is why the Los Cafeteros people them love James Rodriguez. Because James Rodriguez, you see that same thing there where Ravel bring to the party, and that James Rodriguez bring to Colombia.
To Colombia.
You get what I say?
A Bush League, him on a play.
Well,
And the man them say,
at least him a play Bush League.
a Bush League, him a play. And you know the man them say on Colombia,
Bush League.
the man them adjust the system
Yeah.
for suit him to get. And Rodriguez how much now?
He must be
Right.
past mid-30s, right?
I mean, look,
James Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean I'm 30s, I go nearly 40s. No, I put one on here. But King, the man them tweak the system and put people around him. And I'm going to do special thing for Colombia. 33.
34 now. He's 34.
34. And that not that old, brother. You know what I mean? Ravel Morrison how much? Ravel not reach 31 yet.
King, I hold if a club. I mean, play final. The man can't hold a club in about. Yeah, I mean, look, man.
Because, you know why, Nicardo and every team I go build them team around Rodriguez. But the national country realize, yo, we're not going to walk away from him. We're going to build this around him at 30 until we get somebody better. Then, we say, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Nicardo.
Yeah, but we are talking the positive things about Ravel. But we are look on it now and look at Ravel. Look at your career, as you said, my brother. This is a lifetime opportunity. Drop your price. I mean, Ravel really need that the financial boost, to him wallet. That pot. You understand? Lower down your demands. I've seen, the summer gone, even last summer, teams in League 1 and League 2, inquiring about Ravel, but guess what? His demand is too high. It's scaring away all these clubs. So Ravel have to look himself in the mirror and say, yo, what I really want? I really want a Reggae Boy football going to the World Cup. Guys, look, a soup group again. Look up Panama. Panama has been one of the most improved team in this region. And right now, Panama don't even know if it's 100% over the line. But the Reggae Boy can say, hey, getting at a point down at Curaçao, coming in few days, we are 1 foot, for US, Canada, and Mexico. So, Ravel have to do Ravel have to do, what needs to be done. So, the man can get in. But again, man, double standard all around. We can't leave that out. Double standards all around.
Yeah.
Mikel Antonio is a goal scorer, but he's not that prolific goal scorer. How much time Mikel Antonio go double digits in the Premier League? I'm not talking overall. So he was a special player for that West Ham system. Especially that David Moore system, yeah? And at the Bowling Ground at the Upton Park. But Ravel right around is a special talent. Worldwide talent. Cole Palmer is a young lad. I don't think Cole Palmer did I really watch Ravel back in the days when Ravel played for West Ham or played for the United Academy. But guess what? The man see the talent and he say, yo, this talent need to speak about. So, King, when we are say one lad Ravel, we are going to open our whole cinema. So everybody, the youth, them can come and watch and learn. I mean, that's what we are talking about. Entertainment. You talk about the politics and I use that man a balance, man.
No, I'm not talking about the politics now. What me I say
balance
is Ravel go Mexico go play, right? If him can go Mexico go play, him can afford a Jamaica come play. Me I say, play some ball, so no excuse nah dead, bro. Play some ball, me can go for Wise go see. Play some ball, so me can go down a jungle. Me can go pay my ticket and go down a jungle go say, we are Ryan a foxy attack. Right now we are Black Road. Play some ball. You can't a special Ryan. At the least me can ask from a special footballer is play some football. At least me can't. That's too much for ask. That can't too much for ask, Ryan. I care too much for ask. So that alone me been saying, me know how special him want to be. Play some football. Me no business a which boy you want it. So long as me can go and click on some stats and see, and can click on some video and see, and can buy a ticket and go watch it. Simple as that, right? Simple as that, Krista. Isn't it?
But guys, I'm
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
curious. Sorry to interject, Baldprey. I'm just curious. Are we selling him a lost dream though? Like, say he goes to Jamaica and signs for, like you said, Arnett Garden or whoever else on a short-term deal, and you still don't make the national team because there seems to be some politics there, internal politics that's holding him back. Like, how are you gonna feel about that? Or can you say, because we know, Mr. LFC, Mr. Elite Sports TV has full power. Can you guarantee that he will get a call up? Because if not, you just sell him a dream.
No, it's not a dream, it's a reality.
But will he get a call up though?
Yes, man, 100%, brother. 100%. There is no excuse that we are gonna see now if the politics. But only way you're going to know, you're making a gamble. Nothing wrong making a gamble.
If it's going to pay dividends though, because it seems as if there's no way back for Ravel. So if
Ravel played at Jamaica, me a tell you, Crystal, it had done. Done.
Crystal, you know.
Done deal.
Crystal, jungle people them would march, go up a stadium.
Yeah, tell about.
That's true. I didn't think of it like that, but yes, yeah.
A done deal. Nice when Ravel brought the whole town attack, brother. I'm telling you, Crystal. How can you left the best midfielder in the country? How can you left the best midfielder in the country? All when him play JPL. What are you talking about? We are seeing week in, week out and with television. Ravel Morrison. I'm gonna fix my color. So I'm too no man. We not talk about a player make a one turn from down a Costa Rica, everybody all 6-10 years them a talk about that. We are talking about a man who just recently play for Jamaica in the Trinidad. And the man come on and second down the game and I'm an experienced player, man. I'm too no man. Ravel. Only man can put Ravel Morrison out of this team, or Ravel Morrison. Bro, Tariq McGee, it wasn't January. It wasn't the summer. Transfer window close. Free agent. Ravel, pack your bag. One flight to Jamaica. And by the way, if you want somewhere to stay, to rent, free of cost, my brother.
Rent or free of cost? Hold on there. Rent or free of cost?
Free of cost. Free of cost, brother. 6 meals a day, brother. Nutrition, everything, brother. Can't go wrong. Training facility.
From down a jungle.
And with 2 big body browning. What you talk about, man? Rent free. I want to your king, man. We can't know more than that, brother. Listen, Ravel, serious thing, brother. Serious thing. AC, everything around cool. You get a nice BMW. 2025 BMW. Right? I have a security them. I want to know, man.
Hey, we have to go tag Marky G in that post.
No, a Marky G, I make it tap my brother. Marky G and Chris Williams, brother. Rob make the phone call and say, listen, this player, 6-month contract, right? First time in the history of it, we're going to have a World Cup player. Yeah.
The people must say, Pampute, we are selling for them.
Lord of mercy. Nobody do Pampute that, man. Pampute them a hot girl, brother. Pampute big up yourself, yeah.
Man, them say, Pampute,
Don't get me in no trouble, brother.
Jesus. But I just lost train of thought.
Love you, Pampute. Love you, Pampute. You're beautiful, man.
Yeah.
You're doing really well, Pampute. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I do that, man. I do that to my nice Pampute, man.
The street, yo, Ryan, and Rose around the place at Jamaica, right?
Who?
Rose, you don't know Rose, man. You don't know Rose, Ryan, man. And Rose, I carry the swing at Jamaica right now. Rose.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
You think that cool Manchester whether they can rub off on Rose?
Yes, sir.
You think that cool Manchester whether they can rub off on Rose?
Yo. Crystal,
Well, the man must say, I wear Bermuda shirt tonight. Classic.
I mean, it looks very Miami Vice.
No, man, that shirt, for tell you the truth, you know. one of my favorite store in Canada I like to shop. Winners. Winners or Marshall. One of them two nice store the way, you know, they're not the big name, right? But they bring some really cool stuff. So you know when Puma and them big company they sell out certain thing, they would have ship it to these two company. Same umbrella, same people own Marshall and Winners. But I love shop at Winners and cause they have some really cool stuff, and that's where I get this shirt. It's like what, $29? It was a bargain, man.
And I must say, like, I get some garments in a Marshalls as well when I was, you know, over there. And the stuff that I see in the Marshalls, I see it in the US. I mean, like, oh, the Marshall in Canada have them stuff here. I mean, I get them thing in the US.
Marshall are tough, brother. To me, more want go Jamaica, more want look different. I got Marshall or Winners, bro. Them thing really cool, bro. I mean, I'll be honest, bro. And $29, $40, something where you, and these things are big brand, you know. But only through them at a big store and them they sell and them there for a good look a while, them ship them here, man. But by the way, big up to the princess, and she say, you know, Ryan, this is that look really good on you, and I trust her word, and you know, I go with it and I pick it. So big up to the princess, she know herself. Not much of them, so.
You see you, Ryan? People call him for your show a big up princess, they are calling him out for call the princess name. You see you, Ryan?
See you, your problem, man. But anyway, guys, after run leave you guys, I'm on a time I need to go sleep to get my rest, alright? Love you guys. Appreciate you know.
Hold on. We're gonna close up on the show. Hold on. I need you to explain your video to me from last night. I watched it literally after I closed off with King's stream about the Reggae Girlz. Like,
what happened?
You can't close off on the shows without talking about the Reggae Girlz. So you gotta explain that one to us. Yeah, talk me through that one, because I have my own.
What are your thoughts?
I hear where you're coming from. I don't know if the lads are aware of the video that you did yesterday.
They're aware of it, man. They know it.
Yeah. Okay, so I hear what you're saying. I agree with you to a degree. I don't overall agree with you. I think there's some similarities there. Like, I think we're right. Well, I agree with you in the sense that a couple of the players, they're not all, but they are complacent, right? And obviously we're talking about Ryan's video that he did pertaining to whether or not Busby should be replaced by Lauren Donaldson. So I get where you're coming from, and I don't agree with every single thing that you said in your video. One of the things that really scratches my head, and I think we're on the same line, is, does it make much of a sense getting rid of Busby if you're then going to replace him with Lauren? Because are we not going to see similar issues resurface?
Okay. For one, me and you are on the same page with some of the stuff. But for me, I would like to see someone new to the situation where I think I need competition in the Reggae Girlz team. The only way we're going to get competition and the only way we're going to get the result and the team grow and get better is for us to get a coach that unbiased to the team. So we agree on that. But I think if Lon come in, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Tell you why. I think he's a much better coach. I think Lon much better at doing scouting and getting players and all of these stuff. But one of the things that I'm not 100% sure how it work Lon coming back with the administration. A lot of stuff I say in the past, a lot of egos burn, and a lot of people feel certain type of way about Lon. But I think he's a better coach though. But I would be mad, but I would prefer to have someone new who going to make brave decision and stuff. We could get away with Lon being closer to the girl, but I think he will get the better out of the girl based on he's a better coach. So I could run that look risk, but for me, I would prefer. But this is something that building up. behind the scene, and I think in the coming months, I don't know, I could say, I'm not going to put a timeline on it, but it's something that bubbling, a lot of stuff, conversation behind the scene, both from the girls, both from the administration, and based on my call that I made about someone who particularly close to the former coach, and I asked if the coach and the coach said, well, I'm not in a job, I love these girls, right? But I get confirmation from the administration side, and something is bubbling up with this coach, and I think probably the next window will probably coming days you probably hear more about the situation. But I don't want to say much about it, right? But definitely when I made that video, so much people that have never talked to me reach out to me and agree with some of the stuff. But let's see what's going to happen. I don't want to say it's too much, but I just lay a foundation and I want to build on that. But something sneaky is coming.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys want to chime in, but obviously it's nothing personal against Lauren, and it goes without saying that if he does return to take charge of the Reggae Girlz, then of course we'll definitely back him, or at least I will back him. But I'm just tired of the whole pause, press play, repeat. I'm tired of the whole recycling of the same coaches over and over again. And I think, how many cycles are we going to recycle the same coaches? And it does make me look at the players.
But it has been a success. Lon has been the most successful Jamaican coach. So we could say, but in some instant, I get where you're coming from. But a lot of people that say, but he's taken us to the round of 16. Why are you complaining about?
Yeah, but you don't know that for certain.
What?
You don't know that for certain.
Take us to the round of 16?
Perhaps you need to go and do some homework on that one.
He coached that team.
Perhaps you need to go and do some homework on that one.
Well, let's see. You know more than me when it comes on to the girls, but...
As I was saying, as it comes to the Reggae Girlz and this recycling of coaches, I kind of look at the team and I think to myself, do you not back yourselves? Why is it you're all in favor of working with the same, and it cannot be a black and white response. Why are you so in favor of working with the same coaches over and over again? And I think if you want to unroot complacency, then you have to go with the unknown. I'm more looking at that, and I'm saying again, it's nothing personal towards Lauren Donaldson. Then I'm looking at can we not try something new? And of course, that's something, in fairness, that's what Rudolph Speed wanted to do the last time round. But we all know what happened with the coach that he wanted to appoint. He ended up having an allegation of
that coach is outdated, man. That coach is outdated.
At the very last minute, he had to pull the plug on that one, which is completely understandable. But I'm just not in favor of going through this whole process of the same coach again and again. And it's nothing about Lauren. I just think if we have similar issues pertaining to player relationships and coach with Busby, then I don't see why we wouldn't have the similar issues under Lauren, because we have seen a couple of instances there where Lauren didn't make the call that he needed to make. So if Lauren's going to come back, fair play, but are you going to come back and be cutthroat? Or are you going to separate yourself to say the players are the players and I'm the coach and I'm coming in to do a job? I'm not coming here to be your friend. That's my issue with this whole repeating of coaches. Like, back yourselves. When you're at your club level and your club changes managers or coaches, you have to work with the program. So why should it be different when it comes to the national team?
I would love to see a female coach.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I would
love to see a top female coach, young, inspire, willing to try a new thing, willing to challenge these girls. I think, we have to look to Spain to get a young and upcoming, somebody want to make a name for themselves. I see Mexico went and get the under-20 coach that win the World Cup for Spain, and he's done a fantastic job for Mexico. Since we beat them, qualified for that World Cup, they revamped their program and they decided, say, no, Jamaica will never ever beat them to get to a major tournament when it comes on to females football. And I think we should take an approach from that to get a young up and coming coach to get the best out of this team and add some new females player to this team. I think I can wheel off so much players that went to the 2019 World Cup and need to move on from out of the team. I'm going to be very honest, and I know women, when they're successful, they more like to cling on, and that can be us as country downfall. I was listening to a billionaire females, and the person asks her a question, say, as a business person, can you make tough decisions? And she said, of course. During my time running this company, I never hire a woman. And the man said, really? Man said, yes, because when you get successful, woman is more clingy. They don't want to leave, they do things with a lot of emotion. Not every woman, but she don't really hire a woman. And she want to be successful, because as a woman to be successful, that's why I'm saying get a woman coach. When you want to be successful, a woman, right? They're going to get that masculine man, because they want to be good, they want to be great. So let's see it go, man. Let's see it go. But guys, I have to run leave you because my time, I have to get certain hours of sleep. Not like King, we're going to wake up and no, I can't do that. I can't do that. All right?
Well, I'm going to close off in a couple of minutes anyway, but I'm going to finish off the Reggae Girlz chat. But Lorne has the best experience, shouldn't have.
And when they can do a show without talking about the Reggae Girl, this is the Reggae Boyz thing, man. Come on, man.
Look, okay, let me close.
Leave the girls them out tight, man. Yeah, Reggae Girls time, no man. Focus on the Reggae Boyz them. Time for you focus and patient and build the thing, Bridget. No Reggae Girls thing, man. Reggae Girls thing.
You're just afraid of having the uncomfortable conversation.
It's not about having a combat conversation. It's about doing right now. We're gonna get successful. I want you to see you be successful.
The opportunity is there to talk about the Reggae Girlz. Hence,
no time is no there for the Reggae Girls, man. Later.
Okay,
Love you.
Let me discuss
King.
the comment screen.
Big up. Nicardio. Big up. Crystal.
Thank you
big
for
up.
stopping by.
By the way, Crystal,
Yes.
I told one of my best friend them in the game. Treat them good. They're a good boy. I know Ricardo. I play with him at Boys Town at tender age. We are coming from far. And then King.
Bossing it.
I have never had this in a YouTube where I have so much unique about these two gentlemen right here.
Yeah.
On the program. So take care of them. And gentlemen, not only that, you know, do the same thing. Crystal is my sister. I want you guys to treat her fairly. She's a reasonable person, and show her love, and she will return that the same thing to. Believe in me, people. No shortchange her. Don't shortchange her. She's going to be upset. Be real with her and be honest, okay? Don't shortchange her. You're not going to get the wrong side of her, okay? Alright. Love you, sister. Love you, King. Go on do the thing, man. You have to do the right thing, brother.
WhatsApp me the digit.
Alright, yeah. King, send the man me digit, bro.
Yeah. Right.
I don't want-
People
yeah,
know
WhatsApp
some
that out.
busting it over. Busting it at school. You mean by?
Never. Lie, man, tell people. Lie.
Video.
Nope. Never score upon me. Never. Don't do that. How you talk about, man? Alright, people. Big up. Love
Big up
you.
yourself, Ryan.
Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, guys, before we close off, right, just closing up on the Reggae. Guys, we've got to stop talking about Lorne being fired. Like, as I said, big ups to Lorne. And if he does come back,
His
as I
contract was
said,
finished, right?
pardon?
His contract was finished, right?
Yeah, like he was never fired. Like we got, okay, I know certain people don't like the JFF and they don't like rule of speed, but let's not just be saying things just because we don't like the person. Like Lorne was not fired. Lorne wasn't fired. His contract came to an end, and whether we like it or not, the contract wasn't expired. But just because it wasn't expired doesn't mean that he was fired. As I said, my only gripe with Lorne coming back is this going to be the same issue under Busby? Because we've said, you know, Busby, you can't make those cutthroat decisions. That's why we've got so much complacency within the squad. Is Lorne going to give us the same complacency issues? And Lorne was not pitch perfect. Lorne made decisions when he was the Reggae Girlz coach that was questionable. He was not pitch perfect. So my biggest gripe is, can you make those cutthroat decision makings that we need? Because as Ryan said, there's a couple players there that we should have moved on from by now. But again, they are there for whatever reason it is. I think similar to the Reggae Boyz, unfortunately, it's politics. And I think it's high time we move away from that. And I wholeheartedly believe that some of these girls, you don't back yourselves. That's why it's so complacent. That's why you become so complacent, because I almost think that with a head coach like a Lauren, or let's say Buzz, because he's the head coach, you're almost guaranteed a call up. And that shouldn't be the case. No player should feel as if they are guaranteed a call up to the national team. And I just don't have faith that Lauren will come in and do something different. I would love for him to prove me wrong. But if it's going to be the same nonsense again, then give us someone new. Give us someone new that give us a head coach that is not known to the Reggae Girlz. That's where we need to go right now. A coach that is unknown to them. And I think that's how you take us to the next step. That's what I
But
think.
is it like looking at it now, the first rounds of qualifiers will begin
Mhm.
really soon. Is it
Yeah.
that you would want someone that know the system, know the JFF inside out, know the girls inside out? If Busby is going to step away, if they're going to get rid of him of mutual consent or whatever the case is it that it would be hard done by on the girls to get someone new to learn back over a whole different setup of instead of trying to get someone to get the door beat down instantly with the alarm dancer we are done right now, improve the
But
girls
I love
on the
this
pitch.
question. I love this question because it's almost a repeat of the last World Cup cycle, right? It's not
Yeah,
identical, but it's almost a repeat where they said, paraphrasing, we were led to believe that the girls weren't, that Vin Blaine wasn't coaching the girls, right? And the
yeah,
girls were
yeah.
coaching themselves. So my gripe with that is, if the girls were coaching themselves, why is it since Vin Blaine has departed, specifically on the Busby, why is it that those key players have yet to coach themselves, not for one game? So is it a case of the whole belief of the girls coach themselves on the vid plane doesn't hold water? Because as I said, if it does hold water, why aren't the girls coaching themselves now then? And I just think that, again, either which way you look at it, it's a gamble. And for me, I'm looking at Lauren Donaldson. I'm thinking, go where you are wanted, not where you're tolerated. It's
Yeah,
the reason why Sidela is no longer here. Go where you are wanted, not
yeah.
where you are tolerated. Like, respect yourself, please, because the old guard is still here, and there's no guarantee that they're going to give you the respect that you deserve. And I just don't understand that. Why do you want to be in a position where people don't love and appreciate you or even respect you? It just doesn't make sense to me, but hey.
In the women's game, do they have in the federation? Do they have different people that run the women's program from the men? Referring to like the FA, do they have like a different separate?
Did you just say politics?
No,
Is that how they
no.
say across the pond? Okay, noted, noted. Now, it's not factual, but I believe, and it's not factual, it's just my opinion. I believe that and as I said, and people like DC can verify that I've been saying for the longest that the JFF have given the Reggae Girlz a long rope and just said, you do you,
Yeah.
I'm over here, you do whatever. I think that the Reggae Girlz program and the JFF was three separate entities. I don't think that they are under one umbrella. I think the JFF are over there, the Reggae Girlz program are over there, and the Reggae Girlz are also over there as well. And that's the way that I see it. I feel like it's a show that runs itself.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why we're in this mess that we're in, because there's too many egos. It's one too many egos.
Mhm.
That's why I'm saying I am massively in favor of a coach that is brand new, a coach that has zero ties with the JFF and zero ties with the girls, coming in and saying, all right, let's get the ball moving.
What
I
what
think there's too
what
many
what I
politics.
would what I would say is, get someone on board. It might not have to be Lauren Daniels, but get someone on board who's familiar with the girls, and just to get this over with, get them qualified, get the cash, get the exposure for the girls, get more quality players on board as well that are heritage players, and then from there, we can move on and get highly skilled coach female male, which I don't think it will ever be a female, to be honest. I don't think a female coach can really come in and work with these dinosaurs. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. You understand? But I would rather see someone that who have familiarity with the program, with the girls, and can get the girls over the line, which I think with Mexico, they're above, the Reggae Girlz at this moment. Canada, Costa Rica, these teams, the Haitian teams, they are preparing well. You understand? Meanwhile, they run us a hack up, a bag of dirty disease and bacteria amongst ourselves. I'm not preparing for the team. So get someone in, and then from there we can move on and then get the proper system in. Do we have a technical director for the women team?
Is that how you say complacency? Is that how you say politics?
Yeah, we don't have these type of position filled with competent people that their job is day in and day job is to take care of the women. Still short on staffs.
Yeah, and that's why I said there's politics there that you just can't get rid of, and I don't see how bringing Lon into the mix is going to solve the issue. And also, for the love of God, whose bright idea was it to bring back Busby in the first place? Like, for me, you should be nowhere near the table of decision making pertaining to the next gaffer, because hello, it's now 11 World Cup preparation friendlies since his return, Busby that is, and what do we have to show for ourselves? We've got some crucial World Cup qualifiers, the first round of the World Cup qualifiers coming around, and we're talking about getting rid of the guy that has been gifted with the most on record World Cup qualifiers preparation games. And that to me is a bigger story than what we're discussing. Like, whose bright idea was it to bring him back into the fold? You need a new coach. You need a coach that you have never ever worked with. And if the Reggae Girlz can't accept that, then perhaps you shouldn't be playing for the national team.
I do understand. I do agree with you on that one
Perhaps
as well.
you should not be playing for the, because the more this nonsense continues, is the more that you make Vin Blaine look correct. Because some of the things that Vin Blaine said in his marathon of interviews, Vin Blaine says you cannot tell your club who to hire. So again, who was the genius that decided it was the right call to rehire Busby?
Yeah.
What do you have to say for yourself now? What do you have to say for yourself now? Because the bulk of the blame is firmly in your lap. Like, this nonsense is in your lap as well. You are part of this nonsense that we're now having to deal with. You are part of the reason why, rather than getting pressing football, we're getting depressing football. You don't get to run and hide. Like, you are part of the issue. You are part of the issue, and we're sick and tired of it. We are sick and tired of it. Like, football is escapism. And just because it's women's football and girls' football, that does not mean I'm not going to come down hard on you. I will. Because if you're talking about equality, you don't get to be selective with how we respond to you. True equality means I'm going to align the same treatment and attention that I give to the men's team to the women's team. I don't care if you're girls and women. You don't get to be selective with with how you receive equality. So bring us a brand new coach that has never ever worked with the team. That is my first wish. That is my first desire. As I said, if it is Lorne, so be it. But at this point, I think we need to just knock that whole program down and give the girls a new coach. And if you don't want a new coach, then so be it. So be it.
Yeah.
You don't fancy yourself. You don't fancy yourself then.
Yeah, totally agree. Kingman, you go on.
Yeah, man, go on. Me, it's true, man, as informers, and this is, the individual, maybe. I'm not going to be one for just talk about a topic just for the sake of it, because I'm not as informed, as you already know. You get me? I just sat that one out, you get me? I say, and just listen and learn, because we are learn, said we.
Yeah.
I mean, before we close off, I've got about 3% batteries. You guys can go ahead and plug yourselves.
Don't know. Nika the Media House. People, look out the Morning Insider. The legend duo back on show again tomorrow morning.
Back again. Now, I'm tired to see your face.
I understand.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, at TX Tuesday.
Yeah, man, at TX.
At TX Tuesday tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'm gonna do a live actually. Tomorrow
Hot takes too.
I'm gonna do a live. I'm not gonna do hot takes. I'm gonna start previewing the final this round, the second
Hot
round.
takes preview for the Curaçao
Yeah,
team.
because me have over another guest. I have over Ryan. Cause Ryan was supposed to come on tonight. That Ryan Ryan.
Yeah.
So he might come
Canadian
round.
Ryan.
Yeah, the Canadian. Well, you can't say Canadian Ryan. Well, the original Canadian Ryan.
Yeah, the original Canadian.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. But people don't know about pre-TV as usual. You don't know. One family in the people. Now I tell you to see we face all of it. Crystal, again,
More
I said
collabs to come, definitely.
yeah, this is
Well,
this
I've
is
got about 4% battery, so it's going to close off on me. So I don't want it to just end
Yeah.
just like that. So massive thank you to the lads on screen, Nakada, Ballpree, Ryan Jackson. Thank you for stopping by. Guys in
The
the comments
landlord.
section, the landlord stopped by. You know, big ups to you guys in the comment section and all of you that gave us the super chats. Big ups to you. And just like Ballpree said, we've got a couple more collabs to come. So look out for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Please do go ahead and hit the like button on your way out. And you know how it goes. Until next time,
Blessings.
take
Out.
care. We built this out of love, out of pride, shining a light from the island to the diaspora to the world. A golden beacon of sports, music, and everything in between. The very best of Jamaica. We little, but we Talawa.